Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Hawa Kambian, and I'm thrilled that you're here with me today so that we can dive a little bit deeper on a organizational structure topic, and one that I've written a little bit about in my Hey Founder blog series, which you can check out on LinkedIn. And so today, I would really love for us to go a level deeper on this topic, specifically around how organizations can level up their branding to ensure that it's a real pillar of trust and credibility in their offer of a product or service to the public. So what I'd like to do today is dive deep on a viral YouTube video on marketing by design theory that focuses on how brands use marketing and design to control your mind. And it offers up some great tips and tactics on branding for organizations. And what I'd like to do today is go deeper into that topic and actually look at why it's important for whole companies to be able to use a brand, right? And to be able to use brand tools. Because what this actually does is it allows you to level up your customer experience operations. So today we're going to go deep and we're going to investigate how to make sure that your company and your brand are actually utilizing your team effectively so that they get it right in order for your customers to have a positive, sustainable, and loyal experience with your product and service. Stay tuned. So let's talk about identity. Identity is so important because it communicates so much information about your brand, your product, and your service before people even start to formally interact with you. So let's take Kentucky Fried Chicken, for example, a name that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. So firstly, the name itself. In the name of that brand, we have the word chicken. So that tells us immediately that there is something surrounding chicken with this organization, product, or service. Not salad, not pizza, not fufu, but chicken, right? So you have that information clear as day when you hear the name. Identity, which is a little bit of the context and the background of what is going on with the brand. So with KFC, we know that there's a connection to Kentucky, which, for those who are aware, is a region in the United States that is very popular for having delicious, southern, comforting food that is just, hits the spot. So great. Now you know it's basically tasty chicken. And then a brand can also convey additional descriptive information in the name. So again, we have fried in Kentucky Fried Chicken. So that, again, gives you more description of the crispy flavor, the beautiful breading outside of the chicken, right? It paints a picture in your mind about what you're in for if you decide to walk into a KFC store. And this is so important because brand names, whether it's the name of a company or the name of a product or the name of a service, it conjures up something sensory for people, right? Either an image, a smell, a taste. And that can be really powerful in helping to differentiate your brand from others in the market. So now, for the sake of argument, let's imagine that I have just established my new flagship restaurant called Africa No Fry Meat. And I'm super excited about it. And one day you happen upon my shop on your way to work or to visit a friend, and you say, this sounds intriguing. I want to go in and learn more about what this company is doing and see if maybe I can grab some of this no-fry meat to take it over to the workplace or over to see a friend. So you walk into my store and the staff are around, there are cashiers around, there are people in the store wearing, branded t-shirts, everything looks great. And you walk up to someone working on staff and you say, hey, this is great. Lovely to see you here. What region of Africa is the meat from? what style do you cook your meat in? I know you don't fry it, but what are the other ways that you cook the meat? And also, what meat is it? Like, is it red meat? Is it beef? Is it chicken? Is it guinea fowl? And you're asking questions, right? Purely to get more information so that you can make an informed choice as a consumer. And my staff look at you and they don't really know what to tell you. They don't really have answers to any of your very simple, clear, and reasonable questions. What is that going to do? It is going to totally dismantle and break down whatever trust and credibility you were trying to establish with Africa No Fry Meats. And it's also probably going to really limit your willingness to try again with this organization to understand what they offer and to see if it's a fit for you. So when it comes to identity, the goal we're really chasing is positive association, or at the least clear association with who your brand is and what you do. And one way of doing this well is through having stellar internal communication with your frontline staff. And this is where it's so important for leadership to be consistent and clear in talking about what the company does and how they do it, so that your ambassadors, also known as your employees, can be as accurate and credible as possible when speaking with potential customers. And that's a really great way to bolster your operations. This way, when you walk into Africa No Fry Meats, my team can easily tell you that today's special is hyena meat from Zimbabwe that is boiled. And if you're into that, then great. You can take a seat and we'll ring up your order right away. And you can leave as a satisfied customer. And you know what? Even in a scenario where that might not be what you feel like eating today, at least you have that information and you can make clear decisions with it. And you know what? If one of your friends or your coworkers happens to love hyena meat, you know right where to send them. Check out our media page on the HKC website to find more articles where we talk about how you can effectively collaborate and communicate with your team. Check it out. It'll be helpful. Next is reciprocity, which is generally a social law that says when one person offers something, another person sees the value and is willing to accept it. And that's where we have a transactional exchange in business. This is so important because for a brand, it means that you recognize the style and the types of offers that your customers are really excited about and that encourage them and motivate them to want to work with you. We're all social beings, and so organizations can really establish and build goodwill through a really clear and aligned product, campaign, or promotion that motivates their customers to want to come back time and time again to keep working with them. This can all go downhill in a few scenarios. For example, if at Africa No Fry Meats, we decide that for every customer who comes and volunteers a full working day with us in the company, you'll get one free piece of meat. Does that trade-off really seem fair? Or how about this? Maybe we decide that for every customer who spends 700 Ghana cedis on meat and meat products at our store, you'll get some level of a discount on that purchase. How many people can really afford that though? You might want to check out the Ghana CD conversion rate there. Or even worse, maybe I have a great offer and there's a exchange between what I will provide a customer if they engage in a certain behavior and I don't meet the terms of that agreement as a business. What is all of that doing? It is really just dismantling and breaking down any sense of loyalty and repeat business that our customers might even be considering with our company. Reciprocity really comes down to loyalty. We're looking to ensure that we can build a really strong sense of connection with our customers so that they keep coming back for more. And managers are very well positioned to do this because many of them have a strong ability to make sure that the behind the scenes operation of a company is working really well. So they're in a wonderful position to support the frontline operations or the customer operations in an organization as well. And a lot of this comes down to the skill set of listening, being able to talk to your customers, understand what it is that they like, what they don't like. Even beyond that, being able to look at the data and the information about what people are buying and when and what's popular. Even social media can be a beneficial tool for listening to your audience. And that might even be the place where at Africa No Fry Meats, we realize that boiled hyena meat ain't it, and that people really want roasted duck. And this is a great skill set because most consumers, most people want to work with brands who they feel are really listening and paying attention to their needs and are providing value that works for their lifestyle and habits. If you're wanting to dive deeper on how to support and align your managers in their internal and external operations, keep watching until the end for a juicy offer so we can connect a little more. Next, we have proof. And this is the world of testimonies, influencers, celebrity endorsements, and the like. So again, we've touched on the fact that customers are very sensitive to and align to brands, products, and services that create positive associations and that are doing the work to create a sense of loyalty. Again, we are such social beings that another element that is quite important to people is this idea of feeling included in an experience. And this is exactly what proof does. Proof is this sense that if someone is having a good, bad, or average experience with a brand or a product or a service, they can share that and use that information to shape how others might think about that brand, product, or service. This is why the first few points around positive association and loyalty are so important, because proof can go horribly wrong in a few instances. For example, if you're populating the internet and communication feeds with fake reviews, you're directly eroding the trust and that sense of who you are as a brand in your identity if you're trying to lie or pull one over on your customers. In addition, if any influencers or celebrities or notable people that you've connected to your brand have a message that is the opposite or quite misaligned or negative in alignment with your brand, that could also hurt positive association and any sense of loyalty that people might want to build. Again, in the day and age we live in, social media has become the great equalizer. And so people who have a negative experience around the value that you're adding and the sense of loyalty that you're trying to create, if someone has a negative experience, there are plenty of platforms and spaces where they can go to share in detail the extent of that experience, which really just shines a bright light on how serious or not you are about your customer experience operations. The goal with proof is to really create a consistent wave and a solid platform of verification for your business, your product, and your service. You want to create a sense that people, no matter whether they're reading a thread on Twitter or watching a video on YouTube, will see common messages about people having wonderful, authentic experiences with your brand. And again, this is much deeper than what it might seem on the surface. So we started off with, great, we need strong, clear, accurate communication coming from our front line. We need managers who can do the work of listening, deciphering, understanding trends of what's working and what's not working. And now at that deeper rooted level, We need directors and strategists who are making calculated decisions about who to listen to and where we can take that knowledge in order to deepen the brand or even diversify it further, to connect with new people who aren't even using our product. And that is a deep strategic connector that you can see aligns to all these other areas of the business. It's much more than just having a good brand that does the work for you. It's about strategic decisions. So for example, at Africa No Fry Meat, we might notice that, young families that are on a budget and need healthy, no fry meat options tend to come to our shop a lot and buy meat. Okay, great. What about the lunchtime crowd? We're surrounded by many banks and NGOs. How are we tapping into that community of people who 5 days a week need a meal and we're close by? So that gives us space to say, great, as we are building this really strong narrative and storyline about how great our product is and how much people are enjoying it, how can we take that goodwill, take that credibility, take this loyalty that we've built and use it to connect with other people who may also gain value from our product, but who might not be gaining it right now. So again, we might decide to go out and say, how do we connect with business communities and let them know that we are offering these great deals that are going to be of value to them, that are quick and simple at lunchtime, no fry, it's healthy. These are all strategic considerations that become a part of making sure that your brand is not only getting consistent proof that they're great, but leveraging that into continuing to grow the business. Do you see how this is all starting to come together? These are just a few helpful tips on how you can amplify your brand from the inside out through your customer experience operations so that your customers can actually come on a journey with you as you build out and grow your venture for the long term. If you want to have more conversations like this with me, then please make sure that you sign up for our waitlist for an exclusive and intimate mastermind that we will be having soon, where we can dive into these topics a little bit more and talk about the internal mindset, structures, and strategies that are going to help amplify your business brand. I'll see you there.